Yeah, so I talked before about being a polymath that is becoming a jack of all trades. And should I put this in polymath series? No, I'll put it in the human condition series. So, like, I'm not, like a jack of all trades doesn't necessarily have a bigger chance of becoming a polymath than a polymath finding it easier to become a jack of all trades. Explained that before. So, why do I have to learn all these things? Again, I mentioned before that it is, the people that specialize in things, they're not really good at quality. They don't really specialize. For example, if they're really good with stuff, but you have to just drop your things there, leave them alone, and then let's say they charge you 6 hours, when if they had the communication skills where I could have explained symptoms and patterns I picked up, it would have cost me 3-4 hours. But they don't have the patience, let's say, with the communication skills, then, or to even do problem solving with somebody, they have to be alone. That's an example of, by necessity, I have to learn every skill set of the People-primates series. And it's tough. Why is it tough? And again, it's the concept of domestication. Is I can't rely on people to do a good job without overcharging me, or to even be available, or to make me wait a month for an appointment. Now, soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day, or today I'll start, I don't know. I'm going to do a job application for a job that I never dreamed of wanting to be this. But the thing is I also never dreamed of, becoming homeless or not being able to afford a vaccine that doctors get paid more to prescribe it to me, and I can't afford to pay for it, like the shingles vaccine that I've been wanting for years. So, and let's say this job and I are eventually not a good fit. Well, at least I will have gone through a great medical, I'd be fit, I will have a title in society that is respectable, even though I might say, you know what, not a good fit. Or transfer me, if not, I'll change provinces or whatever. And it's because, again, I might not want to be homeless, but unlike you, I also do not want my human rights violated or to be disrespected by my peers, right? For a paycheck or a pension or whatever during the Anthropocene. I don't even know if the concept of pensions even makes sense anymore. So, so here's something I've done that I don't know, and I've never met anybody else who's done it, either younger than me, my age, or older than me, and that includes people I've known for a long time, is I believe I've undergone the maturation process for an Homo sapien, self-actualizing. It was very, very hard because it's not something that comes to the cultures I've been in, so I had to do a lot of this on my own, not just the particular personal development work, but also just the understanding of what that is, what it looks like, what kind, the order, the understanding that this is what's been happening to me that's separating me from the norm, that the norm now think there's something wrong with me because I'm so different than them. And I would say, well, evaluate how we're different in a recording that we'll make public. Now, of course, I always say yes to this, and they always say no. But the norm wins, and it could be the norm of 2 against me, it wins, right? And a psychiatrist might say, well, there's something not right with you. Okay, then I'll say evaluate me in a recording, where I also ask you questions about your reasoning for your questioning and your evaluation process and your deductions. And if you say you're sure in 15 minutes and you've got 10 colleagues that'll confirm, then again, you're proving not that you are right as these 10 colleagues of yours will confirm. You're proving that I am right through the concept of domestication. You believe you are certain about evaluating the mind of a creature called an Homo sapien, much more complex than you as Homo communia, in 15 minutes. So you believe you can work miracles, and I'm the one with mental illness or a psychiatric disorder. Now, if this lasts for hours, this recording, then the rest of society could benefit, because then they would have access to these recordings to see really what's working well or not working well, and the psychiatrist would probably shake my hand and say thank you at the end, but it would take a courageous primate to do this. And they don't need courage. They already got status. Courage, quality, unnecessary requirements for most people with jobs today. So I'm a polymath. So not only are your minds flawed, but your bodies, like I look at people like at the pool here, and it's like, how does a person get that round fat at that age? It must be not problem solving for decades and decades. Or these injuries from repetitive movement and bragging about the career where it's tough and you're in pain. And what kind of role modeling do you think you're doing as a supposed responsible adult? And these are your bodies you're stuck with. And even somebody that looks fit, like with muscles, most of them now I'm looking at them, it's like, these muscles don't add up. That means they're not developed in a way that they work well together. Unfortunately, that person's probably not an actor who has access to like these professional trainers where they could make sure the body is fit in all the ways that they could run during a scene, for example, not just lift something. So yeah, it's sad. Like, and of course the Anthropocene is you guys for decades and decades and generations and hundreds and thousands of years. Is the human condition now is so devolved that you think something's seriously wrong with me when I document what is wrong with you. And it's sad. I mean, your bodies are so unhealthy, your minds are so dysfunctional, and you're the species that, let's say you're at the top of the pyramid in the sense of the impact that you can have on the planet in relation to this correlation of destructiveness. Not evolving the system, but destructiveness. You are at the top of the pyramid. So of course the Anthropocene is your species. It's not that your species, one person did oops one time. Is your species for hundreds and thousands of years has failed, and it is what is wrong with the biosphere. It is what is wrong with the climate, the lack of biodiversity and resiliency in the system that was there before you guys, during part of the beginning of you guys. And unfortunately, since, you know, the paradise, this planet has been perfect for land mammals for about 70,000 years. And that took suffering from species that you don't even know about to have gone through developing the stability of a complex ecosystem with all the chemicals, the physics involved, the biological components, the evolutionary brilliance and hardships of the trial and error concept that is also one of the many ways evolution works. Is you have screwed it up. So do you understand Anthropocene means destruction of the biosphere by your species? So again, if you're not having the conversations about the flaws of your species, then I'm sorry, then, and again, you're not. But still, I gotta fix this thing because it'll get worse. I need to move if there's a fire. There's floods in places I was a couple of months ago. I need to not rely on you as a failed species. And that's pretty much at this point, guys, May 4th, 99.99% of you.